Hi, my name is Haleigh and I had the amazing opportunity to serve on the team that went to London over spring break. I went on this trip because I've been doing campus evangelism this past year, and I've really enjoyed just getting to talk to people, make those connections, getting to share the name of Jesus with them, getting to share the gospel, and just parts of my testimony. And so when the opportunity for London came up, I was super excited about it, had started praying about it, and felt like that's where I needed to be this spring break, and so I was able to go. So while we were there, one of my most memorable interactions was with this girl named Haleigh. Scott and I had partnered up to go out and do street evangelism, and we went to the local college in town, and had started talking to a college guy. And while Scott was talking to him, Haleigh came up to me and started talking to me, and we started our own conversation. And through that conversation, she had asked me what I believed and how I came to faith. And so through that, I was able to share the gospel and my testimony with her, which was so sweet. And it was a really good conversation. And at the end, she had asked me what the next steps were in coming to faith and coming to know Christ, which was so amazing. And so we got to talk a little bit about what that looked like and what the next steps were. And I didn't get to see her again for the rest of the trip, but since then have just been praying for the Lord to continue to move through that conversation, just soften her heart to the gospel that was shared, the message that she heard, and that she would every day continue to grow more in curiosity and continue to pursue the Lord more. And I just ask that you would be in prayer for her as well. It was really awesome while we were there, just seeing how the Lord was continuously answering our prayers. One that I can think of off the top of my head was Troy and I had gone out and had partnered up, and we went to a park nearby the church and saw this guy and his mom on the bench. And before going out, we've been praying that the Lord would start preparing the hearts of those that we would be talking to and soften their hearts to the message that we would be bringing. And we saw this guy on the bench, and his name was David. And we got to start talking to him about religion and faith and spirituality and what that looked like for him. And as we started sharing the gospel, he had made a comment that it was crazy that we had started talking to him about this, because for the past few days, this had kind of been coming to his mind, life and death and what that looked like after. And so we got to share the gospel with him in that, share about heaven and hell. And it was a really good conversation. And so also ask that you would continue to be in prayers over David, that the Lord would move through what we had spoken about and that he would soften his heart. If the opportunity arose again to go back to London or do another mission trip, I would highly encourage others to go on it. For one, we are called to go out and share the gospel with those around us, and to be able to share the love of Christ through our words, through our actions, and everything we do. This is an amazing opportunity, not just London, but anywhere you could go, to share the name of Jesus with those who might not have heard it before. And that was something we got to do a lot this past spring break. And so I would highly encourage anyone who is thinking about going to go. God will always be moving. Going on these trips is amazing, just because you're able to see him working so evidently, and he's working here, of course, too. It's really cool getting to have those conversations with people that might not have heard the gospel before.